How should parents start their morning? Well, today I'm going to bust through the myth that you need some complicated, convoluted, and rigid morning routine in order to start your day off right, and actually give you the one mindset hack that's going to make the biggest difference to how you start your day as a parent. Hi, I'm Avital, and I am here to help you feel empowered as a parent, to really love parenting and to parent from love. And that, my friend, starts at the beginning of each day. I always like to think that each day is a fresh start. The sun rises again, we've turned over a new page, it's an opportunity to really seize the day. And all of the cliches about this could be your last day and live in the moment and seize the day, those are cliches for a reason. There's something very fresh and promising and exciting and hopeful about the beginning of a new dawn. And yet, the morning hours can be really stressful and really crabby for many parents. Many of us are chronically sleep deprived. We're waking up after a really unsatisfying night's sleep, being woken up during the night, going to bed late, with a long list of chores and to-dos and work that is still hanging over us like a cloud. Maybe you are literally up at night with a baby or a toddler or with night terrors or whatever it might be. Maybe you have to get up early in the morning and start that mad rush to get the kids to school on time and to get to work on time. Often our mornings are not as pastoral and scenic as we might wish them to be in our fantasies. We have this image of what a family morning might be like, that we're all fresh-faced and wide-eyed and bushy-tailed, that we get to put ourselves together and have a lovely breakfast together and get out of the house with a smile. And yet reality is full of drama and yelling and forgetting things and the mad rush. In fact, so many of my students tell me that one of the most stressful parts of parenting for them is just the idea of rushing in general. The feeling that there's always go, 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 quick, 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 don't stop, don't do that, right? This sense that we're always late, that we're always chasing the next milestone of the day, whether it's getting to school or getting back from school or doing homework or going on an outing or tidying up dinner or getting them to bed quickly. It's a feeling that we're chasing our tails, running around like a chicken without a head, or pick your metaphor. So today, I want to help you to reframe your mornings. And here's the thing, over the last 10 years, especially in the entrepreneurial space, a lot of people have shared their morning routines, right? These are the stacks of habits and rituals that people swear by, that if you do this every morning, you're going to have a great day. These are things like working out, seeing the sun first thing in the morning, making sure to have a tall glass of water with some pepper or turmeric in it. Various rituals that one must do, meditating for 5 minutes, doing some yoga, greeting the day with a gratitude practice or with a prayer. Now, all of these are beautiful and amazing, and if you can do them, more power to you. Godspeed. I think it's amazing. Some of these things are things that I do pretty regularly in the morning. But when you're a parent, you're also responsible for other people, and they come at you really fast. And you just have a lot on your plate. You have a lot of responsibilities. You have a lot to do, and sometimes it can be really hard to be married to some kind of rigid morning routine. What can also happen is if you think this is what I need to start my day right, and then you don't quite do it perfectly. I know a lot of you are perfectionistic. I know that about you. I see you. I get those messages. And when you can't do things perfectly, you feel like a failure. You feel like, well, now my day is doomed because I didn't get to do my exact habits. So I want to kind of help you to shake that off a little bit, shake off the dust, and reframe your mornings. There really is only one really important thing that you need to think about as you wake up, as you flutter your eyes open for the first time in the morning. And I can summarize my entire morning routine in 2 words. And this is something I teach really extensively. In fact, I have an entire bonus about this exact thing in my Reclaim Play course, because this is maybe the biggest game changer when it comes to mindset and parenting. So what are these 2 secret magic words that you need to think about as you start your day? Here they are. Showing up. I want to show up to the day. I want to show up to what life brings me, to what my kids bring me. I want to show up with a sense of capability, of competency, of confidence. Like I can handle my life, like I can handle what's coming at me. Now, how do I know that you know how to show up for something? Well, say you have a job where you work outside the house. And if you don't have one now, I bet you've had one in the past. And even if you don't have a job where you work outside the house, you have appointments that you have to get to, meetings, or situations where you need to put yourself together and show up. You have to show up on time. You have to show up looking somewhat put together. You have to show up with enough energy and zest and focus to be able to manage whatever that appointment might be, right? You know what it means to show up. In fact, if I told you that tomorrow you have a really important meeting, you're going to be meeting the most important people in the world, you would show up for that. You would get up, you would jump out of bed, you would probably make the bed. You would probably put on fresh clothes. You would wash your face, you would put your hair together, you would wear something you feel good in. Maybe you'd put on some makeup or some jewelry or something a little bit extra because you're meeting important people. And you'd kind of prepare yourself. Maybe you'd get that drink that you need or do some stretches or jump around or do something to get yourself in the zone. That's showing up. And that's what we do to go to work, to go to a meeting. For all of our engagements that are outside of our homes, we know how to show up. But as parents, how many of us show up to our day at home or to our morning, even if it's just half an hour of getting the kids ready and getting out the door? How many of us show up with energy to that moment? I think more often than not, we are rolling out of bed with crusty eyes and bedhead and staying in our sweatpants as we kind of mope around bleary-eyed and maybe a little bit clumsily rolling through our day. We're not there with full energy, with full presence, showing up to what life has handed us that morning. And that's not a great feeling. And that can lead very quickly to irritable moods, to being a bit snappy, to feeling a bit down, or even a little bit blue and depressed and anxious, that our life isn't going the way we want it to, that it's not put together, that it's not energizing, that it's not exciting. And many of us, especially if we're home during the day, we continue that kind of energy throughout the day, kind of dragging ourselves through the day. Lingering exhaustion, baggage, resentment, frustration, just a general blasé, humdrum, vanilla feeling about life, where we're just a little bit half in, half out, not really seizing the day, not greeting it with energy, and not doing what we can to put our best foot forward, right? To bring our A game. And that's what showing up is all about. See, I don't want you to have some fancy and rigid routine that you feel bad that you aren't able to stick to. Instead, I want you to decipher what it takes for you to show up to the day. How long does it take? What do you need? For me, I know I need to make my bed. If I left my room and I didn't make my bed, I feel really schlachty. I feel like I'm just not showing up. Like I'm not a mensch, as they say in Yiddish, right? Like I'm not put together, right? Just making my bed is a symbol for me in my own mind. It signals to me that I have some control, that I have some say, that I am taking care, right? That I'm actually putting the time in to take care of my surroundings, of my life, and that I'm on top of things, right? I'm not letting things drag on and spill over into the next day. I'm not leaving myself chores for tomorrow that I need to do today, right? It's kind of like not going to bed with dishes in the sink. When there are dishes in the sink and I go to bed, I feel like I didn't nail the day. I didn't finish, right? I didn't complete what I needed to do. And now I'm actually in debt, right? I'm I'm borrowing from tomorrow's me, right? Tomorrow's me is going to have extra work. It's going to have the dishes of tomorrow and the dishes of today because I didn't take care of it today. That's not a great feeling. That's when we start to feel like our control is slipping away, like we don't quite have a grasp and a handle on our lives. And everybody in the world wants to feel like they can handle what's on their plate. They can handle their life. So it's these little things that show us that we are showing up for ourselves and that we're able to take care of our present self and of our future self. Rather than borrowing from tomorrow's me, I want to give to tomorrow's me. What can I do today to make her life easier? What can I do today to set her up for success? Showing up, in a sense, is setting myself up for success for the whole day. What do I need in order to be able to open the door to a surprise visit from someone without stressing about it? What do I need to be able to run out for an appointment that I may have forgotten, or an impromptu meeting, or get into a meeting for work with energy? I know that for me, it's some of the things I've already told you, like getting dressed in fresh clothes, putting my face together, putting my hair together, that kind of thing. That makes me feel like I can show up for the day. Now, I want to tell you, do not use the fact that you're a parent as an excuse not to show up for yourself. In fact, that's another thing that we have to flip around. It is because you're a parent that you must show up for yourself. Because you showing up for yourself is not just for you. There are other people who rely on your energy and on your ability to feel confident and capable throughout the day. It's not just for you to feel good, it's for you to be able to take care of everything that you have to take care of and everyone that you have to take care of. And that is incredible and worthwhile and huge and like kudos and congrats to you. And this is going to be that mindset that helps you to greet the day with some passion, with some pep in your step, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Here's my belief. I believe that we don't get any spare days, that each and every day is a tremendous gift. And I believe that even if I'm tired, and even if it's hard, and even if times are rough, and even if I'm physically depleted and exhausted, this day is still a gift that I should take with both hands as much as possible. That I should do my part in showing up to it, in receiving it with as open arms as possible. And I'll tell you something else. This is how I want my children to grow up too. When they wake up in the morning, I want them to see that I'm excited for the day. I mean, I think of my life as an unbelievable adventure. And something I'm so grateful for and something I'm so curious and excited by. Like, what's going to happen next? What will today bring? I'm excited by that. And I want to infect you with that passion. That when your children walk in, yes, you're tired. Yes, you wish they didn't wake you up, the screaming and whatever it is that's annoying you in the morning, you're still able to put a big smile on your face and greet them with a big hug. You're still able to get up and say, yes, this day is worthwhile. My life is worthwhile. You are valuable. Your days are precious. Don't waste them in a haze of frustration and resentment. So now I want to hear from you. What's your key takeaway from this? And even more importantly, how are you going to show up for you? If you want my entire free bonus training on showing up, it comes for free when you join the Reclaim Play course. So make sure to go to reclaimplay.com and check out the course where you'll learn all about how to reclaim independent play for your child, making parenting much easier for you and giving them all of the tremendous developmental benefits of play. In it, I also share with you this concept of showing up for the day and exactly how you can do it and why it's so critically important. Now, there are some hacks, tips, and tricks that actually make our mornings easier. And there are absolutely habits and rituals that you can stack in order to set yourself up for success. But I don't want you to feel forced or exhausted or like you're falling short of these expectations. However, I do want to share some of these hacks for you as a mother of 5, how I get my family out of the house in the morning. I do have some tips up my sleeve, and I'm going to be sharing that with you in the next video. So make sure that you're subscribed and have the notification bell on so that you are tuned in. Much, much love. Keep on living that high fam life, and I'll see you in the next video.